I bring you all Christian greetings from Gokchongdang Baptist Church and Gokchong channel. Today in our Manna Sensaksem we have Divine Connection. It's a very popular Christian rock band from Nagaland, and just recently they have won the MTV Rock 2010 DC Beats with the title Best Rock Band in India. So it's very intriguing to interact with them. Here we go. Matang, Bandang, Obed, Lichin, welcome to Manna Sensaksem. I'm very glad that you guys are here with us today, and I'm sure that the viewers will be blessed tremendously. Firstly, I would like to know how and when did you form your band?
Divine Connection was formed in 2004. We initially had a band called Oleanders before that, in which Obed and me were a part of the of the band.
Okay.
So we thought, why not come up with a Christian band or a gospel band, and that's how we got in touch with a couple of friends, and then that's how Divine Connection came. How we started the band in 2004. To be precise, it's like 30th September 2004.
Okay. It's good.
Time 5:30.
And how did you get your name?
We had a list of name initially. We had a list of name, and every one of us thought of a name. We wrote it down in a piece of paper, and then we decided to cast loads. And we picked up a name which was like tribal something, tribal velocity or tribal force or something like that, which was not very pleasant to us. So we thought, well, Divine Connection was in the list, and that sounded good to every one of us. So we all chose to make Divine Connection as the official name of the band.
That's good. Are you comfortable with this name?
Very, very, yeah. I mean, it's like sometimes you get an overdose of hearing it on some occasions, but then we are very humbled and honored that people know Divine Connection now, and we're very comfortable with it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. And Obed, what kind of what genre of music do you play?
Actually, we as musicians, we all have a different background. We have a different taste of music. For instance, Matham, he is more into jazz and old disco type of music. Yeah, and then Bandang, I think he and I are more or less the same. Like we grew up listening to 80s rock, glam rocks, stuff like that. And for Lichin, same again, but a little younger generation,
Okay.
so maybe a little modern music than we grew up listening to.
Okay.
But in all of that, we do not stick with what we listen to, or say we are in contrast of our listening pleasure. We play that genres, as in we make it fuse. We fuse the song, or we play a fusion, or maybe if at all we want to create a music, we'd like to have our own kind of music again, with a mixture of all the music that we are. Yeah. So there is no particular genre as such. We are yet to come up with a new genre.
But some of the music types that we've been experimenting with is are rock, jazz, and funk, and that's how we are trying to incorporate those. Even there's a little touch of disco in some, funk and disco in some of our songs. So that's how we're experimenting right now. Maybe we will find our own music someday, but we are on the process right now. Yeah.
So all your tastes, have to be there in the songs.
Exactly.
Sometimes which is a blessing, and sometimes it's a curse.
But again, it depends on the song we create.
Yeah.
Depends on the song we compose.
That's good. And what's the objective of your band?
We started off this band to promote, clean lifestyle, even among musicians, even among the young people in general. Because we have seen in the past that a lot of good musicians have either died, or either they are not involved in music because of either drugs or alcohol. So that sense of loss, that sense of loss that you have, knowing that they could have made a very good musician, and they could have brought a name for themselves and for us Nagas, knowing that we felt that we should at least try and make the younger generation know that you can enjoy life and music without the indulgence and involvement of drugs, sex, music, and violence, which is synonym to rock and roll. No, we want to change that attitude. Living a healthy lifestyle, we can always enjoy music and life. So that was the initial. That was what we thought of, promoting initially when we started off this band. And gradually, like, we haven't arrived there as yet, but God willing, if we happen to make it big someday, which we're hoping, which we pray and hope, we have certain aims and objectives. Like for me, I want to support, or I want to come up with an educational trust, for underprivileged or unprivileged people. And so, and we all have one aim and vision for mission and charity. So that's one area where we're focusing. We have not arrived there as yet, but then hopefully it will be there someday.
That's good. I read in the paper that your objective is to promote positive music.
The objective is create a positive music which can relate to all the sections of the society. Not only shouldn't be confined in the Christian community or such. So when we say positive music, we have the objective of creating a positive music which we can go and reach out to the people, where the group of people who did not hear the gospel.
So your objective is very much related with your name, Divine Connection.
Exactly.
Right. And the one thing, who is the composer or the songwriter?
Most songs was written by Mata. Yeah. And again, like, our style of composing and music is a little different from the rest of the musicians in the world. Yeah, most times we scribble the lyrics and whatever inspiration from wherever you get.
What are the contents?
Contents are initial stage, like even before we create this, form this band. Definitely, it's all about love, the heartbreaking part, and all those things were there. But of course, forming this band, we have changed our perspective, changed our ideas about the lyrics. So it's like this. It comes up with the lyrics. Then again, we sit together and we create the structure of the song, the chord progressions and all those. And in that structure of the song, I have to try and compose the tune for to complement with the lyrics, music, and the progression that they compose. So that's how we compose songs.
Can you please say in brief about the contents?
Yeah. The contents are like, some are from inspiration.
Okay.
Some are from deep, very from experience. Like there's a song in our previous album where it talks about brothers killing brothers, and this song came out from experience. Like when I this was in 97, 98. So I was coming back from my computer classes, and then suddenly in front of me, these two guys were shot dead, lying dead on the street. And there have been, I've experienced incidences like this. Not only that, one of my own relatives was, died just right in front of my eyes, blood oozing out from his nose and mouth, things like that. So from this kind of experience, like I write some songs, and others are very instantaneous. For example, there's one song, I think we will do the song later, just a small part. This song, we already had the structure done in some way, the music part. So Obed was there, and we were together, and then we just jumped on the bed, and in 10 minutes, it just came out like, talking about God's faithfulness. Every time I fall, He's always there to lift me up. That kind of lyrics, yeah. So some are through inspiration, some are, after having a long, deep thought,
meditation.
Yes. Or something that was always inside but could not come out, those sort. And some are, like I said, very instantaneous. So it depends on, like, what your mood is at times. It depends on what you want to talk about or write about. Yeah.
So in other words, like we can also say that realities.
Yeah, it's all about reality. It's all about reality.
Yeah.
I think none of our songs are fictitious. We write some songs. We have worship songs. Of course, when I started writing songs, it was more or less about being a teenager, young guy, about love, and which at that point of time in my life was very true. You have gone through, all of us have gone through the jittery feeling of being in love when we are like young. That was very true to me, like when I was young, and later on we started writing about society and even God. I don't know if everybody will be able to accept this idea of us writing songs about the God we worship. In Nagaland, it's very common, but outside, I don't know if people will be able to accept this. But these are some of the things that we write. Yeah.
That's good. And how far have you inspired people by your songs?
I think that question should go to the people who have listened to.
What are the feedbacks from the people?
Yeah.
So listen to your music.
There are a few songs, or not few, or I mean, 2 or 3 songs rather. People have really gave a good feedback about the songs, and really, it seems like they were so touched and blessed by those songs that we produced in the first album. And just to make the comparisons with the songs that we have in the album, among the songs, we believe that I think we have discussed this the other day also, that there were some songs which we did not intend to put in the album, and which were supposedly a bonus track for the album. So those songs were more effective than the other songs that we focused on to put in the album. So the songs were like My All, which really talks about the it's actually a sort of a worship song.
It's a worship song.
Yeah, it's a worship song, and it's a very sober and catchy type of music. So I think that song was a hit actually among the people, and that song was really taking ahead, pushing the album ahead. So the bigger portion of the listeners in Nagaland are more into sober and catchy type of music. That we learned after the production of our album.
So can you please sing one of those songs?
Excuse me for that. Yes.
Been through times when lights have been vain, through shadowy passage where life was known.
And how far does the content of the song and the music have to relate?
Yeah. This song was like quite what do you say? It was like not very heavy. So and even the content of the lyrics is like He's faithful, and then like we cannot sing like He is faithful angrily, no. So we have to. I mean, the content of the lyrics has totally to do with what kind of music you want to come up with. It's like shun the evils of the society, or stop the wars.
Yeah.
It has to be something heavy.
Something heavy.
Yeah, or we're loud. You have to speak that out loud. It's interconnected. The content of the lyrics is
connected. Yeah, that's good. Okay, coming to MTV, what made you to participate in the MTV contest?
We have a long story. This was last year September 18. We had a concert in Shillong. So we were going up to Shillong from Dimapur. This was on the 16th. So we got a call from one of the guys, the coordinators, and they wanted a band that could do multi-genre, you know.
Okay.
You know, that type of band they wanted to have for the competition. So this guy from Assam, who knew us through some, you know, through some contact, he called us and he wanted us to audition. So we thought, well, our concert is on the 18th and the audition in Shillong was on the, you know, on the 21st. So we thought, why not give it a try? So on the way itself, like, we came up with a song. Obed had a song. No, Obed brought a song from home, I believe, on his cell phone. And then we listened to it while we were traveling from, you know, Kohima to Dimapur. So that's how we, after our concert, we practiced 2 days in one of our friends' place, Jam Ministry, Shillong, TIN, IMT and all. So we practiced for about 2 days in their audition. And for the whole contest, for the whole auditions, we were the first band.
Okay.
First band from the Northeast, first band from the entire India to audition. Yeah. So like we were the first band, and by God's grace, we became the last band in the finals. So that's the story. Yeah. We initially, like, Hindi was totally out of. We never thought we would do a Hindi song in our life.
What were the songs?
It's a song from a latest movie called Kati Kulin Kati or something.
And you as a Christian band, to what extent are you willing to sing all those songs?
For me, I feel that as long as it's related, the songs and the lyrics are related about love and can be related to all sectors of society, I think we might go on like that. As long as we are not offending the Christian society or any other religion when we are in the mainland India, like so. For me, I feel it's quite okay if we do positive music, unless we use those lyrics like worship devil and all those things.
Kill him or
Kill him and give him a knock or something like. If we don't use those, I think we feel that we are comfortable singing.
Yeah, in that issue, I mean, even after coming back from Mumbai, we were on a lot of flag. I mean, we were under flag, under the eyes of a lot of people, and what I feel is, I think to go to India, which is one of the nearest place from us, instead of going to Congo or Tanzania or somewhere in Tibet or somewhere far away missionary places, India is just there. We are in India itself, and us, in one way, if we look at it, this can be our mission field. The least we can do for as Christians ourselves, penetrate into the film industry and spread the gospel. I think that it's a golden opportunity for. I do not know what God has in plan for us right now, but we can. It's like a big door opening for us, just to go and witness to the upper class society of the Brahmins actually, because when you look at it, the film industry, like those are like the upper caste people only, and it's very hard for us to touch those people as Christians, and I think this is a wonderful opportunity for us.
Okay, sounds good. The songs were your choice or were given by them?
It was the production house. They have to select the songs.
They have to. What kind of song?
Songs, as in it's all about Bollywood music.
Bollywood.
And some are like folk kind of a music for them. For them, it's like Punjabi folk or Bihari folk or things
and
like that.
What were the contents?
But those contents are all about love again.
Yeah. No, the Punjabi song you were saying is about wedding. It's a wedding song.
It's a wedding song again.
Punjabi wedding song.
And
being happy and merry in the song, wedding.
But even though it's all about love, sometimes do we need to be cautious? Caution like in terms of when we come to love it has different kinds, right?
And rose love.
Yeah, you're right. So do we need to be aware of all this or not?
No, it's not that I'm trying to defend ourselves, but the love that we portray, I think it's not sexual in any way.
Not erotic.
Not erotic or sexual in any way.
The songs which we sang in Hindi were also, people are different individuals expressing their loves in different manner, citing different examples and all those. That's what I, to my understand, and I believe even the organizers were very cautious about that. They do not want to be an offense to any other religion, even during the whole contest. But they were cautious about us. They were cautious about the other religion, the other group of people, the sectors, because from all over India, people came and participated from different aspects of life, from different religion, from locality, the area-wise. And India is facing a lot of problems with that same issue, the ism, the communism, this thing. So much more than us, the people in Bombay, especially in the entertainment industries, they're very cautious about all these things. So in a way, like we were in the safe zone always. People never pushed us to do or to go against our religion or use those words which would be a stumbling block to other people, things like that. So I believe, and yeah, as far as the lyrics were concerned, I think we accepted it.
So in that context, is there any possibilities of getting diluted with pluralism or with other belief system or other beliefs apart from Christianity?
This is a very good question for us because we can, make our stand clear. We can liberate ourselves in some way. We have been misquoted by a lot of people, saying now that we are Christians, but now we are sidetracking, or we are into what do you call it? Money making, or our focus is money making. Seeking. But that's not it, because we know where we stand. Just to cite an example, like if we singing a love song or singing a song which is not gospel, which is not a hymn, which is not for a lot of people, hymns are the only Christian songs. I believe you agree. If we do not sing Christian song, hymns or worship song, that means the other songs are not God's song. A lot of people think that way. So we can always counter that question, like, if you are not in in a ministry, you're also not going or doing God's work. It comes to the same point, So what I'm trying to say is, even if we are not always singing hallelujah, praise the Lord, and songs like that, it's not that we're getting sidetracked. It's not that we are trying to, we are not being Christians anymore. It's not like that. In fact, it's clearly written in the Bible, like Paul says, unto the Jews be a Jew, and unto the Greek be a Greek. So that's why, in a way, for the Indians, that's to go to the mainstream in India. People have to accept us, and when they accept us, like, there's every opportunity for us to slowly, take God's word as well.
Okay, that's good. Dichin, do you like playing in your band?
Yeah. It's an honor to me that, it's an honor. Because after I start playing, I didn't meet a person like Matang, who's a very good bassist in Nagaland. So it's a very honor to play with even Obed, Bandang.
Okay, that's good. And the Bandang, what quality makes your band different from others?
We are so dedicated.
Dedicated?
Yeah, and we practice a lot.
Good.
And we're so patient people.
Patient. This makes the man perfect. Okay, the next thing I would like to know from you is, what's your view on our church traditional music and contemporary music? Generally, young people go for contemporary and the elders go for traditional. There is a gap. Which one would be more inspirational, and which one do you prefer?
Let me say something on that. I believe that, I feel that, and which is the fact, this depends on how we grew, listening to music, or how we grew up with the ideas of what music were. So I believe, just to categorize it, the elder people were not very far away from, we're very new to the modern music. So they grew up listening and they grew up singing to the folk tunes and the traditional kind of music. They get more appealing towards the traditional music, and they still have that liking of the traditional music. So whenever they were given an opportunity, they would never want to throw away their liking and go try out something new. So I think we are seeing that, and the younger generation grew up listening to the modern kind of music. So it's like there's definitely a gap between the younger and the elder generations. So I can't just say that one of the music is best. But for them, the elder people, for them, the traditional kind of music were more appealing. They can accept all kind of traditional music.
That's good for them.
Yeah, it's good for them as well. They'll not be able to relate to the modern kind of ideas and new ideas that they will find it hard to relate to it. So it's good that they have that liking to the. In fact, it is our wish for the younger generation that the elder people also can relate the type of things that we do, or the music that we listen to. It is our wish, but then we can't help, or we can't change it. That's what I feel, and we should encourage both music in the church. And if necessary, the younger generation need not go against the traditional music that our elder like said, or vice versa.
Do you love singing traditional hymns?
Traditional hymns, yes, I do. In fact, when it comes to singing,
Can you sing?
we first sing, the first time when we sing, we're, church, music. That's how we were, trained during our Sunday schools. So, yeah.
Can you sing one of your favorites?
Yeah, no, I think. The love of God is greater far than tongue or pain can ever tell. It goes beyond the highest star and reaches to the lowest hell. The guilty pair, bowed down with care, God gave His Son. And pardon from His sin. Oh, love of God, how rich and pure, how measureless and strong, it shall forevermore endure the saints and angels' song.
That's good. You did very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you love folk music too?
If you had asked me that question 2-3 years back, I would have said no.
No. But now yes.
But now I think I'm learning the importance of portraying ourselves as Naga through our folk music, and all thanks to Uya Sentitoy.
Okay.
She inspired me to look into folk music also, because that's where our identity lies. It's like you only have like 5 notes in a folk songs, but I think we should try and make the most of it. Yeah, and I'm beginning to like it. I'm beginning to try and experiment with folk music. Yeah.
That's good. Can you do one of those?
Yeah, I think Obed can do one of those songs that we have tried making it into a jazzier form.
Okay.
A Rengma folk and with some modern chords.
Okay.
This folk tune is from a Rengma traditional folk tune, and I think if we sing this, you'll be familiar with the tune, because we tried using this song in many occasions. So this is something like this. That is the melody line of the folk tune.
What does it mean?
It's just an expression an expression of making a sigh of something which really hurt, or something which goes, not according to your plan, or maybe you regret, or maybe things which is saddening.
Okay, here is a very interesting SMS for you. It's like this. This is from your fans. How do you feel to have so many fans following you, or in other words, to be celebrities in Nagaland?
In one side, it's so many fans. In one side, it's so good to hear, but you were thinking that celebrities, but we are still same.
Still same. Okay, Obed.
That's my view. My view.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Okay, let's.
How do you feel?
Let's skip that celebrity portion. We are still yet to become a celebrity. Having a huge fan following for me, burdens me with lots of responsibilities. There are so many people looking at us. How are we going to portray ourselves as Christians, as Christian musicians? So in that sense, we have a lot of things to do. We have so many responsibilities over our shoulder. So I need time, or for me personally, I need time to start working with the people, or anytime, any moment, whenever they want to know anything about anything, or about anything they want to discuss, I have to devote my time to them also, just to make them feel happy, or just to ease their doubts and things like that. So it's a huge responsibility having a huge fan, or big fan following. Yeah, and it's tiresome, and at the same time it's fun to have people liking you, behind you, supporting you in whatever you do. Yeah, it's a joy.
That's good. Panda?
For me, I want to thank God. It's all because of Him. And like rock stars, like celebrity, we will like fans following us. So I'm so happy, and we want more fans. And like Abed said, we will be like us, especially like we should be careful in our attitude, lifestyle.
That's right.
I wonder if having if you have some. I wonder if you could call somebody with some credit in a punch of a celebrity. Or celebrity and have some credit. That was just a joke. Yeah. But like they say, with great power, comes great responsibility. Let me rephrase it: with recognition, you have
Comes responsibility.
a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
So they have said it all, and I think we should work hard and come up to the expectation of. I mean, and for now, Nagaland in India should not be much of an issue for us. It's not like I'm trying to be proud here, but for now, I think by the response that we get and by what people expect from us, I think we should try ourselves and be equipped to be at par with the international bands. So we have a lot of work to do, and I thank you on behalf of all of the four of us. Thank you so much for to all those people that who have been following us, and sometimes we might not have done justice or been up to the expectation that you have had on us, but we will try and work harder, and we'll try and continue to bring better music in the future. Thank you so much, fans. Yeah.
Thanks.
And friends and
Thank
family.
you. Thank you.
This song is dedicated to all our friends and fans and families. This song goes for you, and just to say that we thank you so much for the support, the prayers, everything that you have given to us and bringing us up this far. So this song goes for you, and the song's called It's Love.
on the streets. You don't know why that's a thing you're after. You know you gotta have your piece of share. Some people say you're better off without it, but then they know it ain't so. To some it comes real easy as a bird flies. To some it's as hard as chasing the wind. Yeah, everybody's searching for love. Everybody's fighting for love. There are times we cheat for love. There are times we try and buy love. You know it's love that's coming your way. It's love. It's love making you gay. It's love.
Okay, now I think it's very important for all of us. Does music play a role in molding up your spiritual life?
Totally, for me.
Yeah, even me, I
In
believe
what
that.
ways?
For me, I'll just cite one example. It's most times we are busy practicing. Most times we are performing for others, doing things for others, and there comes a time when we need to receive also.
That's right.
So one service that I really look forward is like the service that Manna mentioned just now, PowerCom. There's this service, like this is a service that I look forward to. Now when I go, I can I know that I'm going to be fed spiritually somehow. And even if I'm not in the worship team, most times we are in the worship team, but even I'm not even in the worship team, you'll be blessed even through the songs. You release, and at the same time you receive. So for me, music, not only when we are in youth services, or not only when we are worshiping, but music is, even in fact in a concert.
Yeah.
In one of the concerts, one of the songs that we did on my knees, like we were so led, we were so touched by the Spirit, that we were literally led to kneel down on stage, and even on account of witnesses, like there were also people in the crowd already worshiping. So music can be a source of one of the major source of spiritual feeling. I feel that way. Apart from you cannot take away the feeling of the word. You always have to have that. But music can be one of those major parts where you are spiritually fed.
That's awesome. How about
I recharge my energy.
Yeah.
No,
How
I
about
was also, while we were in Shillong, we were playing, and it's all during our concert. I was so, overwhelmed by the Spirit, anointing. I was, all goosebumps was there. Yeah, so I was so blessed with our own songs and with Holy Spirit around us. Yeah, song is so powerful for me.
so powerful?
Yeah, I feel like when people preach the word to you, there's a certain extent to where you go. But when you sing and when the Spirit leads,
Yeah.
there's
Again, more.
another higher realm
That's
of
right.
spiritually that music takes you. That the word is, speaking cannot do sometimes. So music is a door opener to another realm of spiritual maturity or spiritual feeding.
It's very powerful.
It's very powerful. Yeah.
How about for you?
It's same. Yeah, in Shillong, even me, I experienced a very good feeling that when I'm playing in stage, some people, young people like me, but I feel so good. But because that guy, he was drunk, and when we were singing on my knees, he was also, even if he's drunk, he's
Yeah.
So that was a very good experience.
And the same song we sang at another concert in Shillong again.
Okay.
So one of a guy who he's a joker. He cracks joke. He speaks language that's not very not very nice to listen to sometimes. Not very decent. He was clicking our photos and all. Then after the concert he came. When you sang that song, you nearly made me cry.
He was
that
also touched.
he was also touched. So music has immense power in that. Yeah.
How about for you, Orbit?
Yeah, I feel the same. Music is plays a very important role in spiritual feeding and molding.
Okay, at the end, can you all please give a message to our young Naka musicians?
My encouragement to our young musicians are we should dedicate that sense, cultivate that sense of dedication. If you are not fully dedicated at what you do, you'll not go anywhere. When you do music, intoxication does not have to come in part. That does not need to be a part of your music in your life, because that's one thing that ruins your whole focus, and that's one thing that brings you down totally. So you don't need to be an abuser of any substance to become a good musician. So work hard, and I think in the end, the most important thing for me is to put God first in whatever you do.
That's true.
So that's one message that I would want to give.
I like to agree with Martins. We Naga people, we most tend to have drinks, most good musician. So I just want to share to young people, young youths, don't drink too much. Be focused on what you're doing and practice more. And like Matang said, focus on God. God is there to help you in every way you go.
Yeah, it's true.
My message to the younger generations, the younger musician, the upcoming musicians: be sincere, be dedicated, and like we always pass on this message wherever we go. We've been saying this message to the people in just few sentences, like go away from drugs, alcohol, premarital sex, and violence. Those are the reason and the factors which have affected the young people. They change the concept or the perception about music. So we are in a mission, as so they say, we are in a mission to change the mindset of the young people to have a clean thought about music, or in any other profession. Be sincere, do it, but first of all, fear God, and may God be the center of everything. And if you do anything in life, maybe music, maybe other profession, you'll be successful, and you'll be genuinely appreciated by people. That's what I wanted to pass the message to young people. Because when it comes to music, when it comes to the field of music, there were so many talented musicians whom we ourselves respected them a lot, are no more in the scene now, just because they indulged in drugs, alcohols, and they led the lifestyles of they mixed music with all those stuffs, which ultimately killed them all. And the music wasn't there, the life wasn't there, and everything was lost. The talents is gone, their physical being is gone, and they're just because of their death, or just because of they passing away, let their families, saddened them and compelled the family to have a different perception about music, and which ultimately affects the general society again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to remind the young people to be cautious, not only in music, in any field, in any profession you choose to do, to do it sincerely, faithfully, and with utmost dedication, and without the indulgence of drugs, alcohol, sex, and violence. Yeah.
For me too, they have said everything, so I don't have to speak too much, but I've seen so many youths, they like music, but I didn't see on them that they were not fully give their mind in that music. Because sometimes I see in some place they were playing guitars, music, and if I go somewhere, again they will play some games, football, cricket. So it's not going to success if you know the flags are on in the field. So I just want to say that focus what you really want to be, and not flirting around. Just commit it in one side. If you want music, then choose music. If you want sports, just go to that side. So that's all.
I have one more thing
go ahead.
that just came to my mind before while Obed was speaking. I think as young people, not musicians, especially for musicians and be it any other career, I think we should be, as young people, we should be very careful in what kind of relationship we get into with you know, a relationship with the other sex or with opposite sex. I mean, so we should always pray. Young people, we should always pray and seek God's will, because you know the repercussion of a relationship going sour is it's you know it's too much negative. It has too much negative in our lifestyle, and we have seen a lot of people go down the drain because of sour relationships gone sour.
Yeah.
So please be careful, young people. I would ask you to be careful in what kind of relationship that you're involved with. Pray to God and seek His will. If it is not God's will, even if you tend to love somebody or like somebody, if not God's will, if you pray, it won't happen. So be very, very careful in what kind of relationship you're involved with. Yeah, that's another one I would like to
Yeah,
add.
that's good. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything shall be added unto you.
Exactly.
May the good Lord bless you continuously.
Thank you.